What is up, Pokemon fans? Professor Prometheus Pine here, and welcome to Basics 1030, Intro to Status Conditions. Alright, now there are no prerequisites for this course, being that it is a basic class, so let's jump right into it. Alright, now, the first status condition we will talk about here is burn. Now, when a Pokemon is burned, it halves the damage dealt by that Pokemon. The physical damage, to be exact, not the special, and that applies for all Pokemon except Pokemon with the Guts ability, who instead get a boost to their attack. Alright, additionally, at the end of the turn, the Pokemon will lose 1/8 of its maximum hit points. In Generation 1, or in the case of Pokemon with Heat Proof, they only lose 1/16. Now, this is changed in Gen 7, whereas that goes back to the 1/16th, and Heat Proof is now 1/32. Now, normally Fire-type Pokemon and Pokemon with Water Veil, or Water Bubble, cannot be burned. However, if they're burned first, and then their ability changes to one of those abilities, they will remain burned. It does not go away. Now, here is a list of the moves that can inflict the burn status, and I recommend any Pokemon trainer does their research beyond this to figure out which move would best suit what they want to use and how they want to utilize the status condition. Alright, next up is Freeze, and Freeze makes the defending Pokemon unable to move. Now, damaging Fire-type moves used on a frozen Pokemon will remove the freeze status. And from Gen 2 onward, Freeze has a random 20% chance. Has a random 20% chance to be cured of it on its own. Gen 1, however, never unthawed without a external aid, such as like a freeze heal or full heal. Now, Pokemon cannot be frozen in sunny weather. However, sunny weather does not cause a Pokemon to thaw quicker. Ice-type Pokemon cannot be frozen. Pokemon cannot be frozen. Yeah, Ice-type Pokemon cannot be frozen by Ice-type moves. However, they can be frozen by Tri-Attack and Secret Power. Now, in Generation 6 onward, Ice-type Pokemon cannot be frozen by any method. A frozen Pokemon can still use the moves Fusion Flare, Flame Wheel, Sacred Fire, Flare Blitz, and Scald while they are frozen, and this will thaw the user and the opponent if they are frozen, and will deal damage to the opponent. Here's a list of the moves that will freeze. Paralysis is a condition that causes a Pokemon to not move or be unable to attack a quarter of the time. Additionally, its speed is reduced 25%, and is reduced to 25%. As of Gen 7, however, it is only reduced to 50%. And as of Gen 6, Electric-type Pokemon can no longer be paralyzed. Here is a list of the moves that will paralyze a defending Pokemon. Now, Poison is a status condition that causes a Pokemon to lose 1/8 of its maximum hit points every turn, and in Gen 1, that's 1/16. Now, normally, Steel and Poison-type Pokemon and Pokemon with the immunity ability cannot be poisoned. However, this applies like the burned Pokemon. If they gain these types after, or if they gain immunity after they're poisoned, they will remain poisoned. Now, a Pokemon with a Poison Heal ability will, instead of losing HP, gradually recover health instead. And this applies to the next topic, which we will talk about, which is badly poisoned. And also, just a quick note here, prior to Gen 5, a poison Pokemon also loses 1 HP point per every 4 steps taken while not in battle. Now, in Gen 4, a Pokemon would lose HP until 1 HP, and then they would be cured of it. Any games created sooner than that, they faint. So here's a list of the moves that have the potential to poison. Now, Badly Poison is the same as Poison, except it begins at 1/16 and then grows an additional 1/16 every turn. So the first one being 1/16, the second one being 2/16, and it gradually increases. Now, in Gen 1 and 2, switching a Pokemon out of the active battle would change it from badly poisoned back to normal poisoning. In Generation 3 and beyond, the badly poisoned effect will remain even after switching, and is only reverted to regular poison once a battle has concluded. Now here are the list of 4 moves that have at one time, at least, been able to badly poison a target. And finally, Sleep. A Pokemon that is asleep is immobilized and can only use 2 moves, Snore and Sleep Talk. Now, Sleep lasts for a randomly chosen duration between 1 and 7 turns in the handheld Gen 1 games, from 1 to 3 turns in Pokemon Stadium and Gen 5 onwards, and 1 to 5 turns between 2 and 4. Now, in Generation 1, if a Pokemon that wakes up is not able to attack that same turn, but since Gen 2, they are able to attack the turn that they wake up. In Gen 5 only, a Pokemon's sleep counter is reset to its original amount when switched out. This also applies for self-inducing sleep. Now, from Gen 5 onwards, Pokemon close their eyes while they're asleep, and they move slower as well. Here is the list of moves that inflict sleep. Now, Rest here does not inflict the sleep status condition on the opponent, instead it inflicts it on you while restoring your health. Now that is all for today's episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this helpful. If you liked what you saw, like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more on the Pokemon Trainer School or my other channels. I do walkthroughs, and I hope to do much more. So, thank you for watching this video. Professor Prometheus Pine, out.